There's no place I'd rather be.
Hi guys, welcome back to Talking Blues. Welcome back to another video. We hope you're all doing well today. We're your hosts, Ben and Mark. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we get into this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this video out as much as possible, guys. It really helps us out. You know, we're almost at 200 subscribers, and that is an amazing feat for us. You know, it's not been easy, but we're halfway. We're near enough there. So guys, make sure you keep subscribing to the channel, you keep liking the videos, you keep commenting on the videos, and you know, you keep sharing them out. It really helps us out. Yeah. Thank you so much. Look, before we get into the main part of this video, you know, and about the announcement of Graham Potter and whatnot, we just have to take a moment to remember the Queen. 70 years of service on the throne is a massive thing, you know, to lose. And, well, look, to the Queen, thank you so much to all your service. You know, thank you so much for all your hard work. You know, from 1926 till 2022, you have been alive, and you've been, you know, a big part of our of the country. You have been the bread of the country. You've been, you know, the glue for it. And do you know what? I don't know what more to say apart from thank you. God bless you, and may you rest in peace. You know. R.I.P.
Respect.
But yeah, look, let's get into the main part of the video now. So, big news. After yesterday's sacking of Thomas Tuchel, which was sad, we have some big news today. Let's have a look at what's been said, and let's get into it. Welcome to Chelsea, Graham Potter. Chelsea Football Club is delighted to welcome Graham Potter as our new head coach, joining us on a 5-year contract to bring his progressive football and innovative coaching to the club. Potter is one of the most exciting coaches in the game, starting his journey in Sweden before bringing his talents to the English game over the past 4 seasons. The 47-year-old is educated to a degree level in disciplines beyond sport and has combined these experiences to forge a collaborative, forward-thinking approach while developing and attacking winning football. He also goes on to say how he feels. He says, I'm incredibly proud to and excited to represent Chelsea FC, this fantastic football club. I'm very excited to partner with Chelsea's new ownership group and look forward to meeting and working with the exciting group of players and to develop a team, a culture that our amazing fans can be proud of. I would also like to place my sincere thanks to Brighton and Hove Albion for allowing me this opportunity, in particular Tony Bloom and all the players, staff and supporters for their continued support during the time at this club. Guys, so Graham Potter is the Chelsea head coach. And it is sad to say goodbye to Thomas Tuchel, but Thomas Tuchel, thank you so much for all your hard work. Thank you so much for everything you put into this club, you know, through the times where we had, you know, the sanctions to COVID spells where we couldn't get to games without transport, and how you said you were going to drive the team, the 7-seated bus to the game if you had to, and how you were going to, how you developed the players and how you've built us. It built us into a team of such unity and solidarity. You know, thank you so much, Thomas Tuchel, for everything you've done. I wish you all the best of luck in your next management job. But Dad, Graham Potter. Graham Potter, give us your thoughts, mate.
No, yes. Graham Potter is an excellent manager, yes. He's a very calm man on the pitch and off the pitch. He's done tremendous work at Brighton. Basically, you know, the proof of the eating is in the pudding, and we've seen the way they've played, you know, only having 1 draw and 4 wins. Performance last week against Leicester, you know, coming back from 2-1
down.
2-1 and to beat them 5-2, you know, that was immense, you know, and this manager is doing something right, you know, season on season with this club. You know, they are just excelling every season. So, yeah, I welcome Graham Potter. You know, people have said, he hasn't got the experience of a big club. He has only a small resume. He doesn't come with this extremely big portfolio, such as Thomas Tuchel and previous managers. But, I do have every confidence in him and that he can turn this around. So, that's all I can say at this moment in time is welcome, Thomas Tuchel. Graham Potter. Yeah, my commiserations to Thomas Tuchel. You won, the World Cup. You won the Super Cup, the Champions League Cup. In that short time you were with us. Yes, you've done wonders. And, to be sacked the way he was, I will say this, was, a bit of a farce. He should have been given longer, but, these new owners are in now and, this is the way it's all panned out.
Exactly.
But, that's all I can come back to say is commiserations, to Thomas Tuchel and welcome to Graham Potter and, come on, turn our club around.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'll say a little bit on Graham Potter and how I feel. Graham Potter comes with a very small resume, as you've just said. He comes with little experience of managing such a big club.
Yeah.
With such a high caliber of player. But I feel like this is an opportunity for us.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an opportunity for us to really grasp something. Obviously, Todd Bowley had the idea of sacking Thomas Tuchel weeks ago. It's just happened now. It wasn't based on the fact that we lost to Dynamo Zagreb 1-0 the other night. This has been a build-up of a few things for weeks, and there's been talk about it being about not signing Ronaldo. There's been talk about it of Thomas Tuchel's personal life. I won't get into too much detail. I don't like to discuss personal matters. But
yeah,
obviously, it is what it is.
I think it's been resting in the pipeline for
Since the back end of last
season, a number of weeks. I think it sort of stemmed from when we played the friendlies right into when we first started the season. Something was brewing there.
Exactly.
It was more, like I said in my previous video, a bit of a covert operation under the radar type of thing, and the way he was dismissed, whether it was by way of text or a telephone call, he should have, in my opinion, he should have been called in the office.
I think he was.
Been addressed on.
was.
Yeah, okay, but being addressed on this and just being given a few more games. Yeah, to prove his worth and to see if anything sort of come to fruition. But it is what it is. It's panned out like this. But on a positive note, they brought Graham Potter in from Brighton. And
he looks like a fantastic manager.
He has my support. I think he's a great manager. He's done well for Brighton.
Listen, we can all be sad and upset about the situation. But what we have to do now is we have to back Graham Potter. Yeah. We can't lull for too long on the fact that we did have Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel always has a place in my heart. Thomas Tuchel is a very special man, for Chelsea Football Club, and will go down in the history as one of the greatest managers ever for Chelsea. But we have to move forward now. We have Graham Potter, and he's going to need our full support if he's going to get this team right. He's got a 5-year contract, and he looks very exciting. We're going to get into how he plays, and we're going to discuss bits and pieces of that in a minute. But we've got questions to ask ourselves as we go through that as well. And we want to know your thoughts as well, guys. Let us know down in the comment section below your thoughts on the situation. Let us know your thoughts on the questions we're asking today. And let's just get into it. So let's have a look at Graham Potter's play style and his record, and then let's discuss a few things about that and then go from there. So let's get into that now. Here we go. So let me just load up this tab. So Graham Potter, he's an English manager, former manager of Brighton. Started off at Ostersunds FK. He won 109 games, drew 56, lost 59. That's a good record for someone as at the time when he was so young. When he was manager at Swansea, he won 21, drew 11, lost 19. That's not so great. But then Brighton, the Brighton one, this one stands out to me the most. This one stands out to me the most. If I could just, I can't highlight it, but 143, drew 43, lost 48. That's worrying in some ways. In some ways, that's worrying. But his win percentage is 42.3. I can't say better than that. You know, Dad,
Yes,
the manager himself.
You know, it is still quite convincing what he's done in, you know, the time frame he's been a manager, you know, with the Swedish club, with Swansea City, with Brighton. But, you know, Brighton being the sort of pinnacle of his whole career. And I feel that this is a manager, who, as I said, is very calm, collective on and off the pitch. I think he treats the players exceptionally well, and I think he's a manager, you know, who can pull a team out from the ashes, you know, and raise it, you know, to the highest level. And look where Brighton are now, the third, you know, fourth, in the league table.
One loss this season.
One loss.
One loss against Fulham.
Yeah,
you know,
self-explanatory.
A scrappy loss
he's
against
done.
Fulham. That is it. The way they played against Leicester was exhilarating. Their
Yeah.
football, it's the football Graham Potter wants to play. We'll get into more of it in a minute, but it's fast, fluid, energetic, movement on and off the ball. It looks so good.
As a football fan, I will say this, is that I do hope, you know, his replacement at Brighton
Is good enough
follows his legacy there,
and it is a good enough
because
one.
you know, he will always be known as, you know,
The
Super
man
Graham Potter who
rescued Brighton from the pits of despair.
Yeah.
That to me, you know, he's a great manager. But let's get into a bit more about him, and then let's get to know a bit more about him. And then we're going to start asking some questions, and then we're going to look at his style of play, because I'm really interested to get to the bottom of this and see what sort of style of play he does play and what we can expect as Chelsea fans. So let's get into it now. So Graham Potter, as we know, his preferred formation is 4-4-2. Loves to play at the three at the back, though. Loves to play that three at the back. And it is very interesting to see how Brighton play, or how Brighton did play under him. It was fast football, fast, fluid, aggressive pressing football. And, do you know, people have said, oh, it's similar to Thomas Tuchel's style, it's this, that, and the other. I don't think so. I really don't think so. And what I like about Graham Potter is that he likes to get the best out of every player. He likes to get the best out of the youth players as well that come into the first team, and I think that's very vitally important. Dad, you know, the 4-4-2 formation, the general idea of his style of football as a whole, fast, fluid football, and the idea he likes to get the best out of the youth players. You know, tell me about that, how you feel, and how you think that could affect Chelsea.
Yeah, I think, you know, taking into account, you know, the way Chelsea play at times, and, you know, whilst we had Thomas Tuchel, he was playing people out of position, they weren't comfortable playing in them positions. You know, this is somebody who's come in now, who's going to turn, you know, everything around. Let's hope he does play them in their appropriate positions. But, you know, he seems to have this knack of, you know, playing, like you say, fast, fluid football, where, you know, everybody is sort of can telegraph what their, you know,
Next move.
team member is going to do, what their next move is, and sort of counteract, you know, on the opponents. And what I've seen from Brighton, you know, just this season alone, is immense.
It's
you know,
aggressive.
Aggressive. You know, fast paced. They're hungry. It's a hungry team.
They want the ball.
Yeah,
they want the ball.
And this is what we need at our club. Yeah.
Like,
so, you know, I think he can pull it off. Yeah?
I mean, like, the one thing I'll say that the massive difference, I've watched a couple of Brighton games back today and a couple of Tuchel games back today when I've had the chance. And I think, you know, Brighton, Tuchel, 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 Tuchel what I've seen from Thomas Tuchel is his team's more a defensive sound, sort of settled at the back and build from there. Whereas Graham Potter likes his team to always be fluid, always be changing, always have that guessing game for the other team.
Yeah.
You know, something that's going to change in a blink of an eye, something that'll change over this side of the pitch, something will change over that side of the pitch, something will change in the middle, something will change up top, something that'll change at the back. Something that's always going to keep a team guessing, and I like that. I like that style of football. I think that's what suits us. I don't want us to go back to this Mourinho style of sit back, wait for the opportunity, and go for it. I want to see us on the ball, picking the pass, moving, fluid, counteractive football of a system that is high tempo, fluid, aggressive, pressing. You know, in the opposition's face, and really, really good, solid football from the defensive side as well. Because as we know, and as I've watched these games from Brighton today, their defensive structure is always good. They always seem to have that the idea of how they're going to defend and how they're going to progress up the pitch once they've got the ball back from that defensive position. And I think that's really exciting. That based on the defence and how they want to move forward and progress the ball as soon as they've got it back. Do you see that as something that could affect Chelsea in a good way or a bad way?
I think it could affect Chelsea in a positive way, yeah. He's somebody I think will get them playing at a fast pace, which, you know, when we look at some previous games, they've been quite lackadaisical, you know. I've said, you know, in previous videos that they need to pull their socks up. You know, people blame the managers so much, and sometimes the onus is on the player, and the way they perform. Now, these are professional football players to the highest caliber, paid, you know, hundreds of £1,000s a week, and what are they doing? You know, our club and the fans, you know, sort of put their trust in them to get out there and play. Even if we don't win, give, you know, all your heart and soul, but we've got to get back to winning ways, you know, no draws, no losses, just keep on winning, and that's what we go on the pitch for,
Exactly.
From the outset, you know, of the first whistle to the end of the first half, from the second half to the end of the game, we go out there, and we get a win, and that's all we have to do, you know, let's bring back the good times, and the only way we get the good times is by, you know,
trusting the manager,
giving some of these lackadaisical players a good kick up the arse. Get out there, you are Chelsea,
Perform
be
like
proud,
this.
Pride of London, remember,
The only team
Chelsea
in London with 2 European Cups. We're the only team there in London that has won the Champions League. And twice we've won it. So let's start acting like it. Let's start building a team that Thomas Tuchel did. Thomas Tuchel said, let's build a team that nobody wants to play against. Well, under Graham Potter, let's try and build that team that nobody wants to play against. Let's be that team that everyone looks at us, they're going on a match day to us, and they're playing us at Stamford Bridge. They're like, oh shit. But look, let's get into Graham Potter's style and what he does and what his formation is like and how he sets the club out and how he set Brighton out in the past. And then we'll get into our thoughts about that, and then we'll ask some questions. So let's get into this. So I'm going to move our things around here. So just there we go. Right. So as we can see, Brighton playing a 3-5-2 with, you know, a 3 at the back system of Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, and Joel Veltman, and they play with a 3 in the centre of the midfield of Sado, McAllister, Pascal Gross, right? And the 2 strikers up top. I think that's interchangeable. I do think so. I do think that's very interchangeable, and I do think there's lots here that we can look at. Let's look at Trossard's heat map. Let's have a look at Leandro Trossard's heat map here, because this is something I wanted to really point out to you lot. It's here. He's back defensively. He's almost like Leandro Trossard is a winger. He's a left winger or an inside forward, depending on how you want to how you want to call it. But if you notice here, Dad, there's a lot of the heat map is very much on the touchline.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me he's been played as a wing back, but more or less not as a wing back, but as an attacking winger played in that left wing back position. Your thoughts on that, Dad?
Yeah, you know, that stipulates, you know, where he plays best, yeah? And, you know, he can...
He's only been playing there for a
yeah,
year.
And he can radiate out from there, yes?
But he can come inside.
Yeah, come inside, that's what I mean. Yeah, he can radiate from that...
Because as we see in this heat
outside,
map,
yeah,
he's
on the left
coming
wing
in on
there.
the inside.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to do that. But that just tells me that Graham Potter has bravery as a manager to come in and say to Trossard, you're going to play as a left wing back, but not just a left wing back, but as a high attacking left winger also. So you're playing two different roles. And he's coming in inside, and that's not normal for a wing back to do that. That's interesting. I really find that interesting. And if we go into someone like Alexis McAllister's heat map, and if I just open this up, he seems like he's going into an inside forward position, but also as a central midfielder and an attacking midfielder and almost a striker in many ways.
Versatile
He's
players.
very versatile. The way Graham Potter wants to set his team out, he wants it to be versatile. He wants players to get out there and be on it,
So obviously,
be fluid.
he's trained them this way. He's moulded them to
Yeah.
this form of football. Yeah, and you know, like with certain teams, you can telegraph how they play. Yeah, as with Brighton,
You can't.
Yeah,
There's no clue.
there's no clue. Yeah, and they will take you on a surprise attack. So this is very good, you know, for Chelsea. We're gonna spice things up, you know.
Yeah,
have variety.
We need to
And-
have a midfield.
Yeah.
Now, under Thomas Tuchel, we didn't really have a midfield. And I pretty much presume that Graham Potter is going to come into the training ground tomorrow, and the first thing he wants to work on is that midfield. He needs to get the midfield ticking.
That's where the weakness
Passing
was.
football.
Yeah.
You can't bypass the midfield in a football team. The midfield is the glue that holds it all together. It's like having a spaghetti bolognese without the spaghetti. The spaghetti is the main part of is the stuff that holds it all together, that gives it that density and
Adhesiveness.
and that midfield is the glue. And if you don't have the midfield in the team, then there's no point in having a bolognese, because it's like having bolognese without spaghetti. But let's get back into talking a bit more about the way things are as an overall thing. Like, we've seen this philosophy of football, it's fast, fluid football. What can Graham Potter come into Chelsea and do to make this Chelsea team great, but they're already great into Thomas Tuchel, but what can he do to improve things marginally? What do you think?
Well, basically, I think, you know, he has things up his sleeve, you know. I don't know all his training tactics, you know. I don't know any of them, to be honest with you. But I just think he's got this, you know, secret recipe that sort of on the training ground, yeah, and on the pitch, that is sort of quite magical, you know, to put these players, you know, in positions, and they come out of these positions to surprise their opponents. And, you know, I hope he does that now with Chelsea, because, like I say, you know, they've been lackadaisical. You can telegraph, you know, 80% of the time what they are going to do. And I just hope now that he can find the key, yeah, and unlock that lock and get these players back to winning ways.
Exactly.
That's all we need, yeah?
My other question, and this is the one concern I have for Graham Potter, because he's not managed a big club like this before. Will he be able to keep hold of the dressing room? Will he be able to say, "Come on, lads, like change it up, like change it"? You know, will he be able to make sure those big egos in the dressing room are satisfied? will he be able to manage the high expectation that Chelsea comes with? What do you think?
Well, like I say, only time tells that. I think he does have the ability to have the confidence of the dressing room. I think, like I said, he's a man of very little stress, yeah? And, the way he sort of reflects, his attitude, yeah? I think the players will gel to him very quickly, so... you've got managers. It's the same as, good cop, bad cop, that type of thing, yeah? But I think, if you're firm but fair, that's what the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Firm but fair, you're not screaming in their ear, you're not sort of like...
You're just telling them. Telling them straight.
Giving them an inferiority complex,
No.
So I think it's all about, communication, without... any sort of malice or shouting at the players, demeaning them. So I think he's got this recipe, Graham Potter, and like I say, time will only tell, but I think, this is my opinion, that things will be harmonious there.
I agree.
Because you've seen, Thomas Tuchel's reaction on the pitch the other week, especially in the Tottenham game. Very hot-headed, and basically, when you get hot-headed, like you lose...
The players don't...
Yeah, you lose the plot, you lose the respect of the players. It sort of diminishes their confidence,
Yeah.
So I think, Graham Potter is the prime man for the job, basically, and I think he's got this recipe, tucked up his sleeve that will, enhance these boys and bring them out, and for them to get the ultimate performance out of them. Yeah,
exactly.
So, that's my opinion on him.
But look, at the end of the day, all we can do is wish Graham Potter the best of luck.
Yeah.
And we can say, look, come on, Graham, sort this out. Get this team sorted for us. Let's see some good performances on the pitch. Let's see some dynamic changes as soon as possible. But Thomas Tuchel, once again, we wish you all the best in whatever next position you take up, whether it be in Germany, Europe, UK, whatever. We wish you all the best of luck. And, guys, this is the end of the video now, but let us know your thoughts on today's topics that we've discussed. Let us know what you think about Graham Potter joining the club. Let us know what you think about Thomas Tuchel getting sacked. But let us know what you think about the playing stars as well. We'd love to hear them. And before we end this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this video out as much as possible, guys. It really helps us out so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.